Hello, welcome to this new session of the Intrinsic Leadership Program. In this session, you will work on your emotions, on your positive emotions. First of all, we will explain the different kinds of emotions and the impact it has on others and on happiness. Second, you will define your own triggers to move quickly to positive emotions. And finally, we will see how concretely you can use that in your day-to-day job. Many people believe that in the professional area we should not express emotions, that it is something related to the private area. But what is sure is that as human beings, we go through emotions all the time. There are two kinds of emotions. Negative ones, for instance, fear, or sadness, or anger, and great ones, for instance, sharing, enthusiasm, passions, peace. Have you already seen this kind of emotions in your workplace? And can you remember the impacts that when a person feels good, the impact it has on others, and when a person feels bad, the impact it has on others, at individual level, at collective level? Many studies show that the more we go through positive emotions, the better we feel, the less sick we are, and the better people around us feel as well. And unfortunately, it's the same for negative emotions. So there is a real interest to work on positive emotions for yourself and as well for others. In your opinion, what is the positive emotion you are deeply looking for your happiness? Perhaps it is joy, perhaps it is sharing, perhaps it is to feel useful for others, perhaps it's just peace and serenity. What is the positive emotion you are deeply looking for your happiness? Just take the time to think about this positive emotion you are deeply looking for. And now, let's find a moment when you lived this emotion very intensively in your professional area. And just take this picture and put it in your brain. Again here, it's very important to remember a moment, to feel the moment when you had this emotion and to print the picture in your mind. For instance, for me, the positive emotion I'm deeply looking for is sharing. And a moment when I lived this emotion very intensively was last year when I celebrated a 2-year program with my team. It was a fantastic moment. And this image, I still have it in my brain, and all times I feel sharing, the moment is connected to this image. So now, when you do not feel so well, let's imagine that in the morning, your first email in your job is a bad email. And your first reaction is that you would like to be angry. So at this time, what can you do to move quickly to a better state? If your positive emotion is to feel sharing, you aspire for joy, what can you do to feel joy immediately at this moment instead of becoming angry? Perhaps it's go to a colleague to have a chat, or perhaps it's watching funny videos on YouTube, perhaps it's just taking a glass of water, perhaps it's watching Heavy Laugh on YouTube. I can guarantee that even if you are not in the mood to laugh, just watching this kind of video makes you laugh. So what are your own triggers you already know or you might discover to move quickly to a better state? Something that works quite well for me, for instance, when I'm not feeling well, is that I'm forcing me to smile. And even if it's difficult at the beginning, what is great is that after a few minutes, the world looks different around me. And then when I smile, then people then back their smiles as well. And then I'm not forcing me anymore to smile. And it's a way for me to experience sharing. So I'm not saying that this example can work for everyone, but it's just an example. So let's find what can work for you. Perhaps you have already your own triggers, but you had no words on them. What new you could try? It's really your own responsibility to do everything you can to move quickly to a better state. That does not mean that you will not experience any more bad state, but the challenge here is to reduce the time when you are in a bad state and to move quickly to a better one. So concretely, how can you use that in your day-to-day job? Let's make experiences. Just use what works for you and just experience perhaps new triggers. When you feel that you are slipping to a negative state, a first step is already to recognize the moment when you are sleeping and to be aware of it, so that you can say, oh great, I see that I'm sleeping. What can I do to avoid to sleep? So let's make your experiences, and then again, it's a kind of game. Another way to use your triggers is to use them in a preventive way. If you organize your life so that you avoid as much as possible sleeping movements, then it's even better. So your triggers, you can just use them as a way to enrich even further your positive state and your happiness. Because at the end of the day, going through positive emotions is really linked to your happiness and the fact that you feel happy at the end of the day. To go further and to relax you a little bit, I put a link in the session to a video about emotions and happiness. You can look at this video and try to draw something for yourself. Positive emotions is really linked to happiness, and this is not only part of intrinsic leadership, it's just part of a great life. So I wish you a lot of positive emotions, a lot of games with your triggers, new experiences, and see you next time.